The Bitcoin price has just seen an absolutely heinous break to the downside, and the question now becomes, are the bulls potentially stepping back in with real support right here, right now? Or, my friends, does this look like the Bitcoin price could possibly be setting up for yet another heinous drop to the downside? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What an absolutely tumultuous past 24 hours it's been here for the Bitcoin price. We have seen a loss of some very critical support structures up here. We're going to discuss this. I also want to take a look at the Google Trends data right now for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think there's some very interesting data here. We're also going to look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. All of this and more here on today's stream. Do not miss this critical information, folks. So let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. But before we get to it, if you could, smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for that. And if you are brand new, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. Now, let's begin with the structural losses here, okay? We did have this pennant formation, which could have been a bull flag, right? With a breakout target up towards 60,000. This right now, in my opinion, it's failed. Chalk it up to a complete and utter failure. We've lost this upward sloping support trend line. We then dropped into this parallel channel of upward sloping support, which I was pointing out on yesterday's stream. If you are subscribed here, this was the most critical area for the Don, okay? Because if we were able to maintain this, at least there was a possibility here that the bullishness of this consecutive series of higher lows could continue. But you see what's happened here, right? We've put in a new lower low, okay? This whole trend here has been a series of higher highs along the top and lower highs along the bottom, inherently bullish in a parabolic uptrend. Right now, for the first time here, folks, you can see this has changed to a series of lower highs along the top and lower lows along the bottom, inherently bearish. Right now, we are potentially seeing a switch in the momentum of the trend. Sure, this is subject to change, and we're going to discuss, what I'm looking for here for a bullish change. But right now, we've lost two key levels of support here, right? And just so you understand, trading down to these levels, when you're trading above them, trading down to them, right? They could possibly act as support bullishly, right? Both times. Now that we've lost these levels, right, of old historic support and confluence, trading back up into them, it becomes quite the opposite. Trading back up into them, they now can act potentially as resistance, okay? So even if the bulls right now are to see this rebound here, coming off of a very nice bullish hammer candle on the 4-hour time frame, even if we get back up in this channel, there's a lot of work to be done here because the bulls now are going to have to fight against all of this old support here, which now is tentatively looking to become new resistance. Sure, if we do get above there, consolidate, things could get very bullish again, right? And this could wind up being another buy the dip great opportunity that winds up being very lucrative. But, that's looking too far ahead here. Right now, the elephant in the room is what's going to happen inside this range here, okay? Because until proven otherwise, old support may now potentially become new resistance here. And if we are going to keep this lower high trajectory intact, just the lower high trajectory in and of itself would imply that there could be some serious resistance right here at this prior high, right? Which is also in confluence with these two intersecting lines of the downward sloping trend line and the upward sloping trend line here, right? You see right around this range here. So, the bulls are definitely going to have a tough task ahead of them here, right? So let's discuss bearishness now, okay? And what could we really possibly expect here? Does this have to be the end of the market cycle? Is this the top of the bubble? Are we popping? Let's just take a nice deep breath, relax, and let's look at this as unemotionally and as realistically as possible. You can't be running around like a chicken with your head cut off here, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of panic right now, tons of absolute and utter degeneracy being displayed by the Moon Boys, okay? Just let's look at this realistically. So right now, what I'm seeing here on the daily time frame, on the DMI indicator, this is the directional movement index. The red line is the ADX, basically looking for the strength of a current trend. Then the blue line is the bullish momentum, the bullish directional movement, and the orange line is the bearish directional movement. We could see here on the daily time frame, we have had a bearish cross, the orange going above the blue line. We have not had a cross like this since this dump back here, okay? You see that? That led to a 20% drop. We had it again back here before our heinous capitulation in March. We also had it right over here before we capitulated after our blow off top consolidation of our last market cycle, right? And yeah, we had it over here as well before this capitulation from 6K to 3K. We had it up here at the top of the 2017 bubble. I think you get the picture. This is not an occurrence that is very bullish here historically, right? Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but you see what I'm saying. I'm not taking this lightly here. We have lost bullish structure. Sure, we could always get back above there and the parabola can continue, but until proven otherwise, we've lost that double support line. Right now, trading back up into it, in my opinion, has to be respected as potential resistance until proven otherwise. We've seen this rare cross here, bearish cross on the DMI. And right now, my friends, what I also want to look at here is the Keltner channels, which I showed you guys on yesterday's stream as well, okay? The Keltner channels, basically, it's another momentum indicator. You can see all the way up on this trend, we traded the majority of the time daily candles above all of the channels, right? All of them. Now, for the first time, we tapped it yesterday, which is considered a breakthrough on this indicator. That's the term that you use with this indicator. This was a breakthrough, okay? And then we had a real breakthrough, earlier today. So right now we closed a candle body right on the line, which is a big warning sign here. We have not done that. I mean, look at it, ladies and gentlemen. We have not closed a candle body tapping the bottom of this line since all the way back in September of 2020. Just to put that on your radar, we did have a little wick action here at one almost, but not really. This is the first candle body to close at the bottom of the Keltner channel, and now we have a massive wick below there as well. Who knows where this daily candle will close today, but the wick is certainly below the line. This is a warning shot fired here, my friends. Bang, the warning shot has been fired on the Keltner channel. I mean, just take it for what you will. Let's go over to the 4-hour now. This is where it gets really interesting. Same type of story here on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of the action has been up towards the top of the channel. Right now, my friends, look at this. All of these 4-hour candles closing below this channel here, okay? So right now, in a downtrend, if this is going to be a downtrend, which it certainly could be right now, I'm looking for the top of the Keltner channel to potentially act as new resistance. And look where it is, right around the same area. And I was just explaining this whole area of the upward sloping support and the downward sloping resistance intersecting around here. And we do have the top of the Keltner channel right there. So you can actually see, let's say that this was the start of a downtrend up at about 42,000 on our first rebound up, top of the Keltner channel, drop down. Second test up, top of the Keltner channel, drop down. If we are to rebound now, there's just so much confluence here between 34 to 37,000-ish that right now I'm seeing this as a real tough task for the bulls to get through. Again, if they can get through and consolidate, great. My analysis will certainly change at that time, because I'm willing to switch with the market. You have to be. If you're only looking at this in one direction, my goodness, you are just setting yourself up for failure. So right now, you guys can see that I am seeing some weakness here. Let's go to the alligator as well, the Williams alligator. Same type of deal, another momentum indicator. 4-hour time frame. Look at how strong this was. The signal here is the green line crossing above the red and the blue, and the signal to the downside is the same. It's just whichever way the twist comes in, right? So we did get this twist here, green below the red and the blue. Right now we are seeing widening bands, price action trading below the bands. That's inherently bearish. If we go to the 1-day, this is worrisome for me here, folks, because look at what's happened here. I pointed this out on yesterday's stream. I said, watch for this, folks. This is warning sign number 1 on the Williams alligator, that we could possibly see the green cross below the red. If the green crosses below the blue here, and we do get a confirmed cross on the Williams alligator, this will be the first time we've seen this since all the way back in September of 2020 again. My friends, if you are appreciating me showing these indicators and this analysis here that you're really not going to find anywhere else, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. Thank you. And you see what you get by now. Welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you do not miss any more of these critical analyses. And if you are already subscribed here, if you're a longtime subscriber, make sure that when you're subscribed, tick the bell right now and make sure of this. Tick the bell and make sure all is selected. If you don't have all selected, then you do not get all of the notifications. So make sure that you tick the bell and all is selected. Let's get this crypto. Now, you should all know here, folks, that for the past week or so, I've been pointing out the warning signs all up in this range, right? If you're subscribed here, this dump did not come as a surprise to you, right? You were prepared for the potential downside action. And of course, if you're in my VIP, well, you guys know then that the dawn struck gold once again, my friends, right? I laddered short orders all the way up towards 36,000, right? Got filled 34,300, got filled again 35,200, and then bang, the bottom dropped out. This thing plunged into the abyss, and the dawn got this crypto. The dawn struck gold. The dawn struck gold. The dawn struck gold. You know how it goes, folks. So right now, I have taken a little bit of profit off the table, right? Risk management, right? Taking profit when there's profit to be taken. Right now, I am still in my short position, right? I don't see a reason at this point in time to close. I have my stop loss for the remainder of my position in profit. And right now I am looking for more trading opportunities around the clock. I mean, this was a nice, juicy trade here, folks. And right now I am watching this market like a hawk with an eagle eye around the clock. The market doesn't sleep, so neither does the dawn. And right now I see that we could potentially be entering another moment here where we could see an explosive move. Either I think we're going to get a bounce here, vacuum suck the moon boys back in. They'll all be dancing on the tabletops, right? I told you, Kirby. I told you. All right, little James, you told me what? That we're going to go back up into a resistance channel and potentially get rejected? Great, my friend. If we break above, I'll get stopped out in profit. I've already taken profits. I'll get stopped out in profit if we break above, and then I'll move along to my next trade. But right now, I may even look to add to my position potentially, depending upon what happens here. If we break down, we'll see. If we break up in here, we'll see for that as well. And of course, if we break up, then the analysis changes and I will be looking for more positions to play that. And of course, guys, I keep you up to date with all of my real-time trade setup ideas, entry ideas, everything. Real-time alerts, just like you're seeing on your screen right here where the dawn struck gold. So if you're not already in my VIP and you want to see all of my real-time trade setup ideas, my strategy ideas, my entry ideas, where I'm looking to potentially take profit, etc., all in absolute real time, then today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Do not miss any more of my important real-time VIP alerts. Let's get this crypto. So now, with this being said, let's begin to look at the Google Trends data. Okay, this is the worldwide data past 5 years. Basically, the Bitcoin price has not been this high up on the Google Trends data since our bubble in 2017. Now, the first little warning shot we got back then was that we went to our all-time high. We then dropped a bit, went to another all-time high, and then once we lost that, it was all over. Okay, right now, for the first time, we are seeing a little itty-bitty dip here on the Google Trend data from a 68 to a 67, in conjunction and confluence there with the heinous market sell-off. So is this a warning shot? I still think it's a little too early. I just wanted to be the first to put this on your guys' radar, right? Because we're on this channel striving to stay one step, at least 2 steps ahead of every other trader, bot, algorithm, and analyst in this market to give ourselves the best perceived edge to potentially crush it and get this crypto. So I just wanted to be the first one to show you guys, hey, The market sold off. We did see a little drop here, very similar potentially to what we saw here, which was a warning shot back in 2017, just putting it on your radar. Also on the Ethereum chart, same thing, folks, right? Look at what happened back here, same type of deal. Right now, we have seen a peak in the Google Trends data for Ethereum, search term Ethereum, worldwide data past 5 years. We dropped from a 100, which was our new all-time high, down to right now a 79 at the time of recording. Is this a warning shot? Well, you tell me. Ethereum has seen an absolutely heinous plunge, and both of these times in the past, we've seen huge sell-offs from this peak here and these peaks over here. Both led to absolutely catastrophic decline. So you come up with your own, ideas about this. I'm just simply showing you the warning shots that have been fired on the Google Trends, right? And if you appreciate that, again, the thumbs up would help the channel. Moving over here to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. For me, the way that people like to interpret this is they like to be contrarian with this, right? That if it's very greedy market conditions, they think it's a good time to get out, right? And if it's a very fearful reading, it's a good time to get in. Now, to me, I think that this reads very organic in a sense, right? Where I don't necessarily see it as such a contrarian type of indicator. I see it really as telling you where the trend is really at. And sure, it does, call tops and bottoms from time to time. But, when the market is really greedy, we have seen some big moves occur, even up in this region here, right? So this was not an area to be a contrarian. If you were going short on the market or selling everything in November or December, I mean, essentially you missed from a holder's perspective, you missed the large move, right? So just simply looking at this from a contrarian perspective, in my opinion, is not correct. This is more so telling you the sentiment of the market. Back here, we can see in June of 2019, that was the market cycle peak. We then saw it go all the way down to the fear zone, okay, down at a 14. We went from basically a 95 to a 14. That was our bubble pop from 14,000 roughly down to 3,800. Today, folks, we've been up at the same level, up in the high mid 90s, just like we were in 2019. And right now we have seen the plunge, okay? And, this plunge didn't recover here. And we saw basically over an 80% pullback in Bitcoin, all right? Right now, this is, again, a shot fired here. We're down at a 40 now. Okay, and I see, some people are going to interpret this as this means that it's a great time to buy the dip, et cetera, et cetera. Sure, it could be. In hindsight, it could be. But the way that I'm seeing this right here, right now, is that the sentiment, the moon boy euphoria, is starting to dissipate. That's how I'm seeing this, right? And if we do look at this from a perspective of the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle, I think it's very possible that we are right now in the midst of the complacency stage, right? Where we've had our massive blow off top. We've actually kind of had multiple, if you really look at it, right? That we had a huge warning shot here, and another one here, right? So right now, maybe it's not traditional in the sense of one massive blow off top that just wrecks everybody, but we have had several large sell-offs here. And I do think it's very possible right now that, even if we are to get this bounce here, right? The bounce that I've been discussing, that we go up possibly into this range and chop around. This very well could just be, us waiting here for the real drop to occur. Because if the sentiment is no longer just extremely euphoric, where the moon boys feel they can just dump any amount of money into Bitcoin and become rich overnight, if that's no longer the sentiment that fueled this rally up, then what's left to occur? If there's not that amount of euphoric buyers left in the market, where does the price go from there? You understand? This is all a psychological game as much as it is technical, right? We are looking at the psychology of the market through the technicals, right? That's at least how I'm looking at this, right? So I do think it's certainly possible that we could be in the complacency stage here before an absolutely savage decline. I think a decline would be healthy. And my targets basically right now, folks, I have my eyes set here. If we do get a full-blown correction, basically down into this range here, the $25,000 to $20,000 range. And why is that? Well, obviously we could see we have all of this old bull flag support and resistance there, right? Possibly to look to act as support. We have this upward sloping channel here that if we extrapolate it out, coincides with that range in particular as well. And then of course, why it goes all the way down to 20,000 is because we do have our old all-time high peak right around 20K. And this was where we also had our bull flag ceiling created before our massive parabolic rip up to 42,000. So here as well, that old double resistance could possibly look to act as support before another possible real move to the upside. Let's get this crypto. So moral of the story here is that when you look at this very realistically, you shouldn't feel any type of panic. You shouldn't have anxiety looking at this. I know I see the anger, right, guys, as a content creator. I see the anger directed at me, you know, off the Richter scale. Okay. But, you know, that's only because we have a lot of euphoric market participants right now that are feeling the pain here, right? They bought into something that they thought was just going to go up in a straight line forever. They did not, you know, factor in any potential downside at all, because that is what you get in euphoric stages of market cycles, right? So we have a lot of angry market participants right now. You know, and that to me as well is significant in the sense that maybe, you know, if this is turned from euphoric buying to anger and hodling and you, Kirby, you see how the psychological difference there, right? Let's go. Yes, let's go. To now, this guy. It all changes, right? You see, and that's the psychology of what's going on right now. So, you know, don't take that trip to Rec City, folks, right? If you have a plan for yourself for all directions, you're probably going to do all right, right? And for the Don right now, I have a plan for all directions, right? Up or down, I do not care which direction it goes, right? This is not a channel that's one directional, just, you know, saying buy and hold, we'll go to the moon, the fiat system's collapsing. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You know, there are some great content creators that shill that narrative. On this channel, you know, we're looking for trading opportunity, both to the upside and to the downside, right? So when people get angry and go, this guy, he just wants to, it's when you say, you know, you should just be buying and holding, Kirby, forever, you know, buy the dip. That's like, you know, going on to a knitting channel, somebody knitting sweaters on YouTube and saying, well, you should have just went to the store and bought a sweater. Why would you be knitting? You see, it doesn't make sense. Trading is very different than just hoping and praying and holding for a potential moon, right? Very different. So, you know, again, just the fact that I have to explain this type of stuff should tell you where I believe we're at in the market cycle. Because, I mean, that's some deep intel that maybe you guys don't see on a daily basis, but as a content creator, I see it firsthand, right? So, you know, it's just a little bit... It's concerning to me, but of course, I'm looking to just continue to potentially crush and obliterate these moves here, right? Because if we do capitulate, wow, this could get absolutely juicy for potential profit to the downside from a short perspective. And if we do rip up, well, you know, everything changes and I look for the next trade setup idea for myself. Either way, I'm preparing around the clock, strategizing 24/7 to potentially crush it and get this crypto. And right now, my friends, you saw the Don struck gold again. And right now, I'm telling you once more, if you want to see all of my alerts just like this one in real time, as I'm strategizing, as I'm formulating my trade setup ideas, my entry ideas, where I'm looking to potentially take profit, where I'm looking to put my stop loss to mitigate risk, all of that, you get it exclusively from me in VIP. So if you're not already in my VIP, today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Do not miss any more of my important VIP alerts. Don't miss any more of them, okay? So right now, my friends, as these moon boys and degenerates continue to live a life of peril and squalor, the Don will continue to grind for every Satoshi and dollar. Let's get this crypto. We should all know by now the reason that I can remain so unemotional in this market, the reason I can look at it like a hawk with an eagle eye, is because the Don has truly been up the mountain. The Don has been down the mountain. And quite frankly, the Don has also been everywhere in between. And I have wined and dined with kings and queens. And I have slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, the Don prefers the wine and queens every single time. So on that note, folks, do not get caught like a deer in the headlights here with whatever happens. A drastic move to the downside, don't get caught like a deer in the headlights. An absolutely dramatic rip to the upside, don't get caught like a deer in the headlights. Have a plan. You know too much to not have a plan, okay? Don't get caught like a deer in the headlights. Don't get wrecked here. You deserve better than that, okay? My friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Do not miss any more of my important real-time trade setup ideas and alerts. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. And until next time, my friends, if you could, one last time for the algorithm, that thumbs up, so greatly appreciated. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the channel. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs. Oh, and beware of the fake Kirby imposters down in the comment section. I will never post a phone number on your comment. I will never send you any type of unsolicited email. That is not me. You can see the two examples down below. They have the same name as me, but they're posting phone numbers. They're using very weird typing to get around the spam filter. That is not me. This is an example of my real comment here. You can see the nameplate has a gray background to it, and I do leave a creator heart next to the thumbs up so you can validate that that is me. I generally only post the VIP information in a pinned comment, so you know that is me there. My friends, don't fall for any of the fakes. Be smart, be safe. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.